accent, join me. Santiago, cooperate.
Hey y'all, welcome to Does Your Art Fit? I'm Zakila of ArtFit by Zakila, and today we're getting into all of the beautiful things I completed in 2023. Now, I know some of y'all didn't finish those Christmas makes and gift makes you had for this season, so how about you go grab that and listen to what I completed. Before we get started, we got our friend Santiago here with us, our knit friend, our knit sloth. He's not crocheted, but we love him and respect him anyway. And he's made with alpaca, y'all, what? So, starting off with a bang, you guys. The first project I completed this year were my granny square flare pants. I'm gonna put it here so you can see all the gloriousness of the way that I shaped the hell out of those pants. So let me give you a little bit of backstory. Last December, I thought that I would make a granny square sweater. I pulled some yarn from my wall back there and really enjoyed the color palette. I chose worsted weight yarn and sport weight yarn for the squares. Not saying I recommend doing that, but I really like the colors, so I had to work with what I had. From those squares, I realized pretty soon I wasn't going to have enough to even make a sweater. So of course I had to order more yarn. And then I decided to make pants. I don't know where the pants came from. I had never made granny square pants before, but I knew that I could do it, and they came out so bomb. I think something like 80 something squares later, lots and lots of ends to weave in, 4 or 5 rows of color changes for every single square. Y'all, it was a lot, and honestly 1000% worth it. Hi.
You finished the pants?
I finished the pants.
They look gorgeous.
Thank you. I finished the granny square pants late January, and in February, if you're in Texas, we have this weird winter snap that happens where the world freezes, okay? We can't go anywhere, we can't do anything, people's pipes burst, it gets nasty, okay? So I decided that I would make a Valentine's Day project. I was stuck at home for 3 days. School and classes had been canceled, and the last time that happened, we had to work from home, but luckily, I was able to just kind of relax. And so I figured out how to make the granny square that has the heart inside of it, and decided that I would make myself a granny square top. So of course there's plenty of inspiration photos on Pinterest and the internet out there. So basically what I did was make granny squares to go across the bottom, and then I granny striped my way up the top, and then I did sleeves. I didn't know if the sleeves would be 3/4 sleeves, full sleeves. By the end of it, I was up till like 2 a.m. trying to decide, and I ended up going with the full sleeve. My color palette truly came from just working with what I had. I just happened to have barely enough yarn in all of those colors to complete that top. I went to school on Valentine's Day because I was a teacher. If you didn't know, I was a teacher for the last 5 years. We'll skip past that. And at work, I finished the top. I went in the bathroom, took off the one I had on, and put on my handmade, I'm calling it the Heart Don't Stop top. I love this top, y'all. It's so cute. I used Knit Picks Shine Worsted, which honestly peels more than I would like it to, but it's a very soft yarn. For the granny square pants and for the Heart Don't Stop top, no pattern was used. And I think that's when I'm the most happy crocheting, is when I'm figuring things out on my own. I love designing and making my own patterns. Honestly, the Heart Don't Stop top, I laid down a sweater that I had to make sure that I can get the neck shaping right. For the pants, I had to try them on multiple times to see. I'm kind of short, so that helped. The pants didn't have to be too long. But where they sit, it's just, honestly, I did my damn thing with those pants. If you haven't seen them yet, I mean, of course you're watching this video, so you've seen them. But if you want to go to my Instagram and check them out, please do, okay? The link will be in the comments. All right, so next up, I have the Rio sweater. Now, this was a wonderful opportunity to do cables. I had never done crochet cables before, and I signed up to be in the test group for Lola Crochet. She's an amazing designer. Honestly, I feel like the way this pattern was written included all the bells and whistles. She had video tutorials embedded into the pattern. She had full schematics of every size, pictures. I mean, it was just done so well. And if you know me and you know how I feel about patterns, some of them are lacking. I hate to say it, but they're lacking. Okay? But not Lola Crochet. She's so good, and I'm looking forward to making more of her patterns. Now, the yarn I chose for this top was Lion Brand, the Comfy Cotton Blend, which is, I think, a cotton polyester blend in this brown mocha color. At the time, I stopped into Knit Dallas, and I was able to get this burnt sugar color of mohair to go with it because I wanted a little extra zhizhing in it. So, you know, we got the lower price end with the Comfy Cotton Lion Brand, a little higher price on the other end with the mohair. Joining them together, the sweater is just so nice. The cables look so good. The stitch definition is amazing. And honestly, I think that might have been only like my second sweater ever made, and it's cables. And it gets the knitters going because it looks kind of knit and they don't know what to do with that. I'm the kind of person who loves to test patterns, one, because I like trying new things, and two, because obviously I like stressing myself out behind other people's work. I think that 2024, I will focus on making my own patterns and testing my own patterns, and maybe take a break from being in pattern test groups. However, they are a lot of fun, so you never know. If you want to test some patterns, follow that hashtag pattern test on Instagram, and you'll find some amazing things. You never know, I might have one available soon. The next project I completed was a baby blanket. So let me tell you how I got started on this one. A woman came into the store and she needed some help crocheting. She wanted to learn. Her son came with her. She was super cute. And after a couple sessions, she was just like, my daughter's having a baby. I want to do a baby blanket. Baby blankets are not first projects, if you ask me. You may need to do a dish towel, a square, you know, something just normal. She wanted a pretty intricate baby blanket, and so she then commissioned me to complete the blanket, and I did. It's a cute navy and white pattern. It is the Sweet Baby Gingham pattern by T.O. Yarn Crafts, except I only used 2 colors, and it's Tunisian crochet. I love Tunisian crochet, and it worked out pretty quick for the most part. I ended up using Blue Sky Fibers organic cotton, which is a worsted weight. I don't think I love the cotton. It is not as sturdy as I'm used to with some cottons. It's just very light, and it almost, like, if you pull it hard enough, it'll come apart. But when stitched up, it does have nice definition. It had a good weight to it as well, and of course it was extremely soft. I almost let this blanket get away from me without taking a picture, so last minute I threw it across a chair and snapped a cute little photo. So my next project I completed because I knew I wanted to sell at vendor markets the summer and spring of this year, and I wanted to make water bottle holders, and I had some macrame cord. That stuff hurts your fingers, y'all. If you're not used to it, take your time. But I made the cutest water bottle holder. I got compliments every time I made it. Like, look, it's so cute. And it's sturdy and functional and practical. And I know how some people are. They only want to crochet things that they can actually use. A water bottle holder comes in handy. We all need a little extra love for our emotional support water bottle. Okay, so at some point in March, I believe, I was invited to this event called Art Overdose that was held in Dallas. And my hairstylist was like, you have to go, you know, wear something that you made. It's going to be so cool. And of course, I had just finished the granny square pants not too long before it. So last minute, I made a granny square, like, tube top. I think I had a couple extra squares. Ended up making some more. By the time I wore this top to the event, if you looked on the inside, you'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Because no strings were woven in, like no ends were woven in. I slipped it on. I had a little drawstring so it wouldn't fall down, and just prayed that it would be cute enough to last the night. And it was. I did my thing and I got so many compliments. I love wearing things that I make, especially patterns that I design, because that just shows me in a nutshell. That's like my true heart, my true artistry. That's it. And I look good doing it. And that's my favorite part as well. The next project I finished was a bucket hat, and this was like a record time finishing on a bucket hat. One of my very good friends was going out of town to celebrate someone's birthday, I believe, and she wanted something custom. So I made her this cute yellow and orange drip style bucket hat. I had to do some drawing to try to get the drips to look good. I think I used knitting chart for the pattern, and let me give y'all a little cheat sheet. Like Pinterest, if you type in like alpha bracelet or like beaded patterns, you can get grabs, and from those grabs you can crochet all kind of things. Okay, don't work harder, work smarter. So if you watched my last video, you heard about my vacation to Roatan, Honduras this summer, and I also started another project, which was the See My Vest project. I used plied yarns by Ann Weaver, and she actually sent them to Knit Dallas so that I could work with them. Very happy, very excited to even say that. Plied is 100% wool, and it is this yarn that has two colors that are plied together, and they make beautiful patterns. And the colors that she used, I feel, are uncommon almost. Like they look like, what would I do with that? And so of course, crocheting with yarn that I'd never worked with. I don't think I'd ever completed a 100% wool project before, and of course I was in a very hot place working with wool, but it was honestly fine. And when I saw the color palette, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with this? And the finished project or finished product looks so good. I actually didn't try this on. I'm not really a vest person, but it is on display at Knit Dallas and it looks so cute. Shout out to Anne for letting me use her yarn to make something beautiful. This is one of those projects where I had to hope and pray that it would meet gauge, because I was not about to block anything while on vacation. So I just jumped right in and started. I have footage of me crocheting like in a beach chair. I have footage crocheting on the plane. I will crochet anywhere, in a chair, in the sky, on the fly, you know. To prepare for the market, I decided that I would make more water bottle holders. And so I have two more that I think one of them actually sold, and I think another one is on display as well at a store. And again, I think that water bottle holders are a great gift. They're a quick project, a nice one skein project depending on the yarn that you buy, and again, practical. Later on in the year, I was commissioned to do a black bucket hat, and the guy was like, I need you to make it stiff. Like, can you put cardboard in it, or like what can you do to make it stiff? I will not put cardboard in it because you want to wash it at some point if it ever gets dirty. So I used a 100% cotton worsted weight yarn. I believe the yarn might have been like a simple Lily Sugar and Cream, but I honestly don't remember. I feel like it was softer than that. Because, you know, the Lily Sugar and Cream is a little rough on the hands. But I finished the bucket hat, needless to say, and I was able to kind of perfect a stiffer brim so it doesn't ruffle like some of my bucket hats in the past. It just like sits straight out over the eyes, and I really enjoy that shape. So a few times throughout the year, I do take commissions, and when I tell you I'm here to impress, I'm here to impress, okay? I want you to know that crochet is that girl and will forever be that girl, even if it's a black bucket hat for a guy. The next project I completed was the Overprint bag. This pattern can be found in the Pom Pom magazine. I'll have to insert the issue below, but it's made up of individual granny squares that you sew together, 9 on the front, 9 in the back. You sew the bottom together, then you make a gusset on the side, and then you make straps. There's also a pocket on each side on the inside. I used Pasquale's Cumbria, I believe, which is a cotton bamboo. And if you know me, I love, love, love cotton bamboo yarn. And it's made so well. It has a good weight to it and it's very sturdy. I had to block every individual square. I got a cute picture to show you how well those looked and how well they blocked. That bag is also on display at Knit Dallas as well. It was a sample for the store. The most difficult part I feel about making this bag was to make sure that all of my seams looked seamless. Sewing 9 individual squares together and making sure that those corners lie properly in the project was a big deal for me, and I feel like I did a damn good job. I struggle sometimes reading patterns, especially patterns done in the UK, because one, I have to translate, of course, but something about the way they give instructions, I have to scratch my head. I'm like, what do you mean? Can you just point to it? Can you just tell me? And when patterns come in a book, they don't have all the extra bells and whistles that might come in an individual pattern, like that Rio sweater by Lola Crochet. You ain't gotta ask any questions because she put it all in there for you. Patterns from a book or a magazine or some type of publication, y'all gotta give us a little bit more, or at least me. I need a little bit of extra help, and Ravelry don't do it for me. My next completed project is a granny square bag. Now this is one of those inspired by Pinterest bags. I took 13 granny squares. I saw the way it was laid out online and I sewed them together. I believe I used a whip stitch because I wanted the stitching to show. And then I figured out a way to make this hard ass handle from a video on YouTube. I almost cried. I had to watch 3 different versions of this video to figure out how to make this kind of woven braided spiral handle, and I'm so glad I did. I don't know if I'll do it again soon, but if I ever make another one of those bags, that is the handle you have to use. It's so strong because when you put things in a crochet bag, it can tend to weigh down, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that your stuff don't go nowhere, okay? That strap is perfect. For that bag, I used Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton worsted weight. I love that it has this like braided chainette construction that also adds to the sturdiness of the bag. I did not line it because I just didn't want to. And that bag is also, I think, on sale at DesYourArtFit.com. So go check it out. My next finished project, y'all, is the Limonata top. Okay, this project did not take me out, but it tried to, okay? This is a top made of like, I believe it was 176 individual circle motifs. 176 individual circle motifs. It is a join as you go project, but it got completed and it was so cute. I'm honestly a little sad that it's not mine. It was a sample again for Knit Dallas, but y'all, it was so cute. I have to make one of my own. I use Kilborn Woolen's Mojave, which is a cotton linen blend, and it's just so lightweight. Like I love it, and I like stuff that's open. Okay, I'm ready to show my skin all day, every day. I can't even believe I'm fully covered right now, but it's like 49 degrees outside in Texas, and it's cold for me.
You're not that fully clothed. You should make a joke about it.
Is it cute? Okay. All right, so the Limonata top, I feel like tested me. Maybe not the most, but it definitely tested me because the underarm part of how you connect the circles at the sleeve, I could not figure it out. I kid you not. The pattern showed you how to connect one circle to the next, and that is it. Just one to the next. Did not show you how to go up the rows. You just kind of had to know. And with the math, of course, you understand that you connect at certain points around the circle. But it still took more brain power than I wanted to use to make something that was written down for me. Which is again why I'm kind of iffy about reading patterns that come in publications. That was also a Pom Pom magazine pattern. And I mean, I know like the cost of printing, the cost of ink, like all that matters. So you want to try to fit as much as you can on the pages without giving too much. I need it all. Give me more, give me more. Give me pictures. Point to the, make arrows. Point to the stitch I need to connect. Because I was stressed. I was on Ravelry. Not that many people made it. I mean, I don't even put my projects on Ravelry because I don't know if it's made for me like that. So I figured it out. I think it's so cute. It blocked so well. It's just so lightweight. It's just one of those tops where you're like, damn girl, you made that? I did, and it's so cute. It's giving very, hey y'all, welcome to my yarn wall. Okay. My next top was the Abuela shirt. Knit Dallas did a crochet along, and we all agreed to make either the Abuela shirt or the Abuela tank. Issues meet engage because we got issues meet engage. But it turned out very cute, so I ended up choosing the Abuela shirt. And I believe the original version was a button down. I had to pivot. I did not want buttons. So I believe whip stitch seamed it up to the top. It had a collar. I don't think did I do the collar? Well, something got done. And I'm very happy with it. I used Pasquale Nepal, which is a cotton linen flax blend. It's this kind of, honestly, stiff, kind of waxy type of yarn, but I really enjoyed working with it. It's a fingering weight yarn, and I couldn't settle on like a 2 or 3 color palette like the original pattern was. So you know I had to give it all I got with my 6 or 7. We had a cute little reel, a little fashion walk moment in the store, and we just really enjoyed all working on the same thing. Hopefully we'll do some more crochet alongs in the future. So when it comes to patterns, you really got to make things work for you. There is no need to finish something that someone else wrote if you're not gonna like it in the end. It is okay to switch up a few things within someone else's pattern. Now, don't go doing that and calling it your own. Yes, you made modifications, but the basis of it was someone else's intellectual property. Y'all know how it gets out there in the crafty world, so chill, okay, chill. But you want to make sure that your art fits, right? That's what we're here for. So we're in about the month of August, I believe, when it comes to my finished projects. And in the month of September, Beyonce came to Dallas. I don't know if I've ever been so stressed out to complete a project in my life. Insert video with my head on the
You're fine.
And then you start your next one here.
All right, so the crisis that I put myself in to make this top, was it worth it? Yeah, because I was cute. Do I ever want anything to be that serious again? Hell no. Y'all, anyway. Okay, so here's what happened. In the summer, I visited a few yarn shops and I found this beautiful sparkly black yarn. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be the one. Even though later on she was like, wear chrome, people like chrome, and I had already chosen black, so black it was. I thought that I would do some type of, I thought that I would do a mesh kind of skirt at the bottom and some type of top. Pivot after pivot after pivot after that design don't work, girl. You can't fit that. So what I ended up with, I definitely love. I made these brief bottoms and ended up doing fringe along the whole perimeter of it. And then I had kind of this haltered like top. Neither one of those were a part of the original plan. I began using Knit Pick Shine in a sport weight black, and I held that double with the sparkly yarn with the sequins. I realized going into it, I wasn't going to have enough yarn to complete the actual original design that I had. So, you know, pivot. And I ended up ordering more yarn from the yarn shop that I got it from. They called me the next day saying that their inventory was wrong online. They didn't have what I needed. They ended up sending me something else, which was not as shiny as the original yarn that I used. So while the skirt was kind of happening well, the top was not. I don't make a lot of tops. if you didn't notice. I have lots of shorts, lots of skirts, lots of pants. The tops just don't do it for me. The girls need support, and unless I'm making a t-shirt, the little halter tops for the A cups, y'all, it ain't happening over here. Okay, so I had to figure out what kind of top could I make to wear a bra with, because I mean, I'm gonna be dancing around and moving. I need the support. Okay, so the original idea for the top was like covered here, mesh everywhere else. That didn't work because when I finished that, I couldn't get it on. We even contemplated sewing me into the top for the night. That's how serious it got. Then I ripped it out, thought to do a buttonhole in the back. Still couldn't get it on. Then I decided to do this one shoulder sleeve kind of thing. That didn't work out. The patterns that I was seeing on YouTube that would just kind of start here, just increase up. It's a lot here. It was not fitting in the chest area, which was really pissing me off and stressing me out. I ended up taking one of the half pieces and kind of pulling it to the front, and I was like, okay, that could work. If I do 2 of those sides, I can get a top made. I was still crocheting hours before the concert. I mean, like, nothing should be that serious. I was crying, okay? I was crying, and I wanted a breast reduction immediately. So this, if I had little boobs, I could just wear a little bitty top and call it a day, okay? We made it through it. It looked very cute. I need to wear that outfit again somewhere else. It was a time, okay? I did my best. I was just so stressed. The trauma is coming back, and I can't say I will never do something like that again, because knowing me and knowing me making my own designs, like, I don't got a whole lot of body, but the body I got is like, you know, so you gotta fit the curves. The art has to fit. You're not gonna see me out here in art that don't fit, okay? But I made it fit. We made it work. I should rework that top and probably write a pattern for that too, because somebody out here with the big girls need the support, okay? I feel you. We're here, okay? We gotta wear bras. All right, moving on past Beyonce. Oh, child. Okay. So after that, I made a cute little succulent, short and sweet, some cotton yarn, wool yarn for the little roots of the little thing. It was just so cute, y'all. I like amigurumi. I hope to make a lot more amigurumi in 2024. This is also a sample for Knit Dallas because we have a succulent book. I'm looking forward to literally making every succulent in that book. I'll have the name of the book and the author in the description below. Later on in the year, I was commissioned for a couple pairs of baby shoes. She kind of gave me creative freedom, which was fun. It's a baby girl and she wanted pink and white, and she just wanted something kind of sporty and something kind of like girly. So I ended up making a pair of sandals with a cute little flower on top. And I also made kind of like this sneaker, like with a Converse. I can't believe I did it. I did a great job. That also stressed me out because I couldn't find the right hook size. I had to go buy a 1.75 millimeter hook to make these baby booties. They're so cute though, y'all. You know, baby stuff is just, it's so cute. It's literally that freaking cute, y'all. I can't believe I made baby booties. Who am I? Commission. Okay. My next completed project is the Knot Knit Sweater by JustTheWorsted. I use and make DK, which is a wool, linen, I believe, alpaca blend in this beautiful electric blue color. Now, you cannot get version 1 of this pattern, but you can get version 2, which has a nicer kind of double folded collar, which I liked it a lot more than the original version. I do think the sleeves are attached differently, but I like the way version 1 does the sleeves. So I might make version 2 in the future. It is a Tunisian crochet pattern made to look knit. Again, it gets the knitters going, okay? Y'all, when they can't tell, they're so in shock. They're like, oh my God, that's crochet? And it look good too, don't it? This pattern is also not mine. It is a sample. I gotta start making some things for myself, okay? We're gonna lessen the samples and up the projects for myself next year. maybe. This next pattern comes from a publication that is found at Knit Dallas. I believe this was from Pom Pom as well, and it's the Aureole Beret. One of the funnest makes I've had this year, hands down. Lots and lots of counting, but the way those short rows work up into this beautiful floral pattern, like this lady did her thing with this pattern, okay? I don't know how her brain worked to make this motif happen. It's just so good. And I don't think that I had any issues making it either, which was like, oh, well, I had issues meeting gauge. Again, that's like my theme of this year. So I believe the pattern calls for a sport weight yarn and a 3.5 millimeter hook. I used DK weight yarn and a 6 millimeter hook. So, you know, sometimes just keep trying. Change your yarn, change your hook, change your mind, you know, figure it out and it can get done. I love, love, love this beret. It's not necessarily my style, but just working on it was so much fun. I just enjoyed watching every motif happen. Yeah, it was too cute. And crocheted, and it gets the knitters going. I can't say that enough. This woman picked out yarn for it, thinking she was gonna knit it, and then found out that it was crocheted. Because it looks that good, you know? The knitters, they catch up, okay? Pick up a hook, okay? Okay. I
will, okay?
Pick up a hook. Hashtag pick up a hook. Okay? The next project was this green brioche beanie. It's a free pattern by Megan Mills. I think it's called like the reversible brioche beanie or reversible crochet brioche beanie. Something like that. I'm on my third one of these. I really, really like the way she did this pattern. The seam is seamless because it's worked flat and then seamed up, and I mean, you know, it's just good. I don't make a lot of patterns on repeat, and this is one that I've had on repeat for the last couple months. I made this version using John Arbon's X More, which is a sock yarn, and then I paired it with Tin Silk Mohair, which is a silk mohair. Of course, it's just good. The green is good. It was giving Grinch, okay? And in February, I'll probably wear it again, and it'll give, we're waiting on spring, okay? But it's so cute. I really like the green. I really like the halo. I love the way it fits. I ended up making mine a little bit smaller than what she wrote in the pattern, which is fine. The art has to fit. Don't just go blindly following what those people say. You have to try things on. You have to think for yourself a little bit with these patterns. The next thing is kind of a cluster of things. Again, I had a holiday gift shop on Does Your Art Fit this year, and I made towel sets and scrubbies, and then I also made a few beanies. And I sold two, which I'm very, very happy about, y'all. Selling things makes me happy because I want people to have art fit. Like, I want people to have functional things that they would actually use. You're going to use a beanie because it gets cold. You're going to use a towel and scrubbies because, you know, you take baths and you do face mask and stuff. It's all useful for those things, okay? So hopefully next year I'll have some more items on doesyourartfit.com to sell, and hopefully someone buys them and sees, you know, the artistry and pays the price for the good product. You know, we're all in this together, so go check my website out, please. The next finished project is the Cozy Cable Beanie by Sarah Shrimpton. I used Blue Sky Fibers, Woolstock Tweed. It's an Aran weight yarn in the color mauve. This is a chunky boy. It took 2 full skeins, and I played a little bit of yarn chicken at the end, but we made it out successfully. And again, I had issues meeting gauge, but it is what it is. I believe she asked for a 6mm hook, and I had to use a 9mm hook, but it came out very nice, very sturdy and bulky. The cables look very cute. I actually taught a class on this hat and that green brioche hat as well. At Knit Dallas, I'm a teacher if you didn't know. And they came out very well. I'm very happy of my students' progress, and I look forward to the rest of them finishing their projects pretty soon. Last but not least, we have made it to the end, I believe, of all the projects I completed in 2023. I did the Mesa hat and scarf set by Toni Lipsey of TL Yarn Crafts. It's a Tunisian crochet project using Feederbrook Farms, Entropy DK, and the Monos Maxima, which is a worsted weight single ply wool. That thing is so cute. I've never made a scarf for myself. That was the first scarf I ever crocheted. Can y'all believe it? I've been crocheting since 2016, and I've never crocheted a scarf for myself. Booty shorts, yes. Scarf, what do I need that for? As it gets cold though, I should probably make myself a scarf. I don't know, they're so long. And you just gotta, I don't know, they tend to be boring. Except the Mesa scarf was not boring at all. I wanna actually use the way that the stitch pattern was to make a sweater. I think that would be very freaking cute if I could figure it out. But I was just impressed. I think the color changing yarn definitely helped. It was kind of a surprise working through that and just seeing all the color changes. Toni Lipsey, of course, writes her patterns very well, and so I didn't even have any issues constructing it at all. The hat and scarf set, along with the cozy cable beanie, are on display at Knit Dallas as well as samples. My goal truly is to get crochet out there, and so I really enjoy making samples for stores and for yarn dyers and other people, because we need to be able to visually see in person. We need to make it tangible as well. We should touch the yarn, see how it works up, see how the stitch definition is, and make sure that crocheters know that they can crochet with anything in these stores. Now, I don't know how many that was, which is why I didn't count. The last video I tried to count, I got off count. So we're not gonna count in this video. But I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the wonderful things that I completed in 2023. I am still a bit in shock that I work at a yarn store, and I've made 1 year this month there. I literally stalked that place when it opened, y'all. It was meant to be. I had to work there. Well, actually, I had to just be there. I didn't even know that I was gonna work there. I just wanted to step foot in the place. Shout out to Knit Dallas. Shout out to Meredith for letting me make all these beautiful samples, try new yarns, try new patterns, expand my knowledge of yarn and fiber and what's out there in the crochet world. And also put some crochet in a knit store. Okay, that's necessary. I had a career change this year that I'm still wrapping my head around. I was a teacher the last 5 years, and this August I did not go back. I decided to work at the yarn store part-time and teach classes there like I had been. I was also able to get another job part-time teaching art classes to kids a couple days a week. And so that has sustained me, and I am loving life a lot more now. We can talk later in the future about my teaching journey and quitting my full-time job to become a full-time fiber artist. Can't believe I just said that, especially on YouTube. Okay, who am I? Oh my gosh, identity crisis, I can't. Okay, so full-time fiber artist, I teach crochet classes, I offer project help, I make videos and tutorials. I am just here to make sure that your art fits, to make sure that you stay creative and inspired. And I hope that I inspired you with all of my beautiful makes for 2023. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna double that next year, but I definitely plan to make more things for myself. I definitely plan to try yarn I've never tried before, to try patterns I've never tried before, to write patterns. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited for the next year. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was long enough for you to get a few rows in. As always, y'all, I got some stitching to do, so I'm gonna leave you with that. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your fiber friends again that I'm on YouTube. Tell them that I completed a lot of projects this year. I'll put the descriptions for everything in the comments. I will put my links to my Instagram, TikTok, all the fancy things there. DoesYourArtFit.com, DoesYourArtFit.com. There's a blog on there as well. Anything else? I probably won't see y'all again until the new year, so happy new year. If you're planning to start things in January, go get the yarn right now. Print out the pattern right now. Don't get to January 1st and be crying because you didn't start it on time. I have some exciting things coming next year, and I'll see y'all then.